The ocean, vast and untamed, holds secrets deeper than we could ever imagine. For decades, trainers have worked with orcas, majestic creatures that can dazzle with their power and grace. But beneath their strength lies an unpredictable force, one that no amount of training can control. While audiences cheer, the truth is that every performance carries the risk of disaster, where trust can turn to terror in the blink of an eye. This is the tragic story of Sam Collins, a seasoned orca trainer, and the fateful moment when the unthinkable happened. A bond built over years of trust and understanding, shattered in an instant, leaving the world stunned. The routine show. The day began like any other at the marine park, with the bright sun casting a warm glow over the water and families eagerly settling into their seats. Laughter and excited chatter filled the air as children pointed toward the tank, their eyes wide with anticipation. They were here to witness something truly special, an orca performance, where man and beast danced together in perfect harmony. For Sam Collins, the park's most experienced and respected trainer, this was the moment he lived for. He had done it 1,000 times before, and Luna, his beloved orca, was always there to share the stage. For years, Sam and Luna had become a powerful duo. They had honed their routines over countless hours of practice, creating a bond of trust that was unbreakable. Each movement, each leap, each graceful arc through the water was a testament to their years of teamwork. Sam knew Luna better than anyone, her quirks, her rhythms, her moods. Together, they had perfected their performance, leaving the crowd in awe with every show. As the performance began, everything was as it should be. The music swelled, and Luna leaped high into the air, her sleek body soaring effortlessly above the water before splashing down with a powerful wave. The crowd erupted in cheers, their faces lighting up with joy. It was a moment of pure magic, one Sam had seen countless times, but one that still felt as thrilling as the first. But today, something felt different. It was subtle at first, just a small shift in Luna's behavior. As she swam gracefully around the tank, Sam noticed that her movements weren't quite as fluid as usual. The timing, once flawless, seemed just a fraction off. Sam watched her closely, feeling a slight tension in his chest. Luna was restless, swimming in patterns that weren't part of their usual routine. She was still responding to his commands, but there was something in her energy that didn't sit right with him. The crowd, oblivious to the quiet unease brewing beneath the surface, continued to cheer. To them, it was still the same show they had come to love, a beautiful display of the connection between a trainer and his orca. But for Sam, the familiar confidence he always had when performing with Luna began to waver. The signs were small, almost imperceptible to the untrained eye, but they were there. Luna wasn't herself. She was still his Luna, but something had shifted. Despite his growing concern, Sam continued with the performance. He adjusted his signals, trying to bring Luna back into the rhythm of their act, but she didn't respond quite the way she normally would. Her timing was off, her reactions slower. Sam's mind raced as he tried to make sense of it. He had worked with Luna for so long. He knew her better than anyone. And yet, today, something was different. The grand finale was fast approaching, the moment everyone had been waiting for. Sam and Luna's synchronized swim had always been the highlight of the show, the perfect ending to their flawless performance. It was their signature moment, one that had never gone wrong before. Sam dove into the water, trusting that the familiarity of the routine would calm the nerves gnawing at him. But as he sank beneath the surface, He couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly off. The water, once a place of comfort and connection, now felt colder. Luna, who had always swum beside him with grace and precision, was now moving erratically. The powerful, majestic animal he had spent years building a bond with seemed different. And in that moment, Sam couldn't ignore the nagging feeling that today, the bond they shared might not be enough to protect him. Beneath the surface, the water shimmered under the lights of the stadium, but something far more unsettling was unfolding. As Sam began the finale, his trusted, synchronized swim with Luna, he relied on instinct, years of experience, and the deep connection he believed they still shared. For a brief moment, everything appeared normal. Luna swam beside him, her massive body gliding through the water with effortless grace. The crowd leaned forward, eager to see the breathtaking conclusion to the show. But then, without warning, everything changed. Luna's movements, once fluid and in tune with Sam's, turned sharp and erratic. She swam closer than usual, much too close, brushing against Sam with a force that felt less like play and more like a warning. Sam's heart raced. He reached out with a familiar signal, one they had practiced 100 times. But Luna didn't respond. She swam away, ignoring him entirely. Above the surface, the audience remained captivated, unaware of the tension building below. The show, to them, seemed to be reaching a dramatic climax. But Sam knew better. Something was wrong. Deeply wrong. The signals that once guided Luna were now meaningless. He had lost the connection, and with it, control. Then, in a sudden, terrifying moment, Luna turned back. With stunning speed and precision, she lunged toward Sam. Before he could react, her powerful jaws clamped down on his leg. The pain was instant and overwhelming. Sam tried to scream, but the water swallowed his voice. Panic surged through him as he thrashed, trying to break free, but Luna held firm. Above, the audience continued to cheer, still thinking this was part of the act. Sam was no longer performing. He was fighting for his life. Luna, once the gentle giant he trusted, had transformed into a force of nature. She pulled him deeper into the tank, dragging him away from the surface, from safety, from air. The cold wrapped around him like a vice, his lungs burning as he struggled to breathe. Blood began to cloud the water, a haunting red veil spreading through the blue. The trainers on the platform noticed. The crowd's cheers turned to horrified gasps. Commands were shouted. Emergency ropes were thrown in. Divers prepared to jump, but it was already too late. Luna thrashed violently, dragging Sam like a rag doll. His body twisted under the crushing grip of her jaws. Luna, the orca who had been the heart of the show, was immediately removed from the performance schedule and placed under close observation. Trainers and marine biologists examined her behavior, searching for explanations. Was it stress? A health issue? Or had the years in captivity finally taken their toll? No clear answers emerged. What was certain, however, was that Luna, once adored as the park's crown jewel, was now feared and labeled by many as dangerous. For the staff, the loss of Sam was deeply personal. He had been more than just a performer. He was a mentor, a friend, a professional who had dedicated his life to understanding and working with these majestic creatures. The emotional impact rippled through the team, many questioning whether the risks of such performances were truly worth the rewards. As the story gained traction in the media, public scrutiny followed. Animal rights activists reignited debates about orca captivity and marine park ethics. Social media lit up with outrage, sympathy, and disbelief. Documentaries, articles, and televised specials dissected every detail of the tragedy. asking hard questions about human-animal entertainment and the thin line between trust and instinct. Memorials for Sam appeared both inside and outside the park. Candles, flowers, and handwritten notes lined the entrance gates. People who had seen his shows, who had admired his passion, came to pay their respects. And then, just as the people started accepting this tragic incident, another incident struck. Jake Donovan, a young, newly trained orca handler, stepped into the tank with a different orca, Echo. It was his first public session. Like Sam, Jake was well-trained, confident, and eager to build the same kind of bond he'd admired in his mentor, who watched him from just a few meters away. But during a routine swim, Echo turned without warning, grabbing Jake by the leg and dragging him under. The attack was brief, but violent. Jake survived, but barely. His leg was severely injured, and the emotional scars ran just as deep. The parallels between his experience and Sam's final moments were chilling. 2 attacks, 2 trusted trainers, 2 orcas. The park was forced to confront a brutal reality. No matter how strong the bond, how deep the trust, or how well-rehearsed the performance, orcas are still wild, powerful creatures. And sometimes, that wildness resurfaces with devastating consequences. So, in the face of these heartbreaking events, we're left with a haunting question. Can true trust ever exist between man and beast? Or is it only a matter of time before nature reminds us who's really in control? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do you believe orcas should continue performing in marine parks? Or is it time we reimagine how we interact with these majestic creatures?